This is a story about the Whispering Hollow. We hope you enjoy. A small, quiet town nestled among thick forests. With soft golden sunlight, the birds chirp, and a light breeze rustles the trees. Life in town is peaceful, but beyond the trees lies something unknown. A row of houses with open windows, children playing outside, and a peaceful atmosphere. Ethan watches his neighbors, unaware of the mystery looming at the edge of town. Ethan, a young boy, looking out his window at the distant hollow, an eerie forest shrouded in mist. The hollow seems darker than the rest of the forest, its trees twisting into unnatural shapes. Adults huddled in small groups, whispering as they glance toward the hollow. Their voices are hushed, their eyes filled with unease. They know something the children do not. Ethan's mother, her face tense, warning him, "Never go into the hollow after dark." Her voice is firm, but fear lingers in her tone. Ethan and his friend Kyle exchange curious glances before looking at the dark tree line in the distance. Their curiosity outweighs their caution. The boys meet at the edge of the forest under a starry sky, holding flashlights. A cold breeze moves the branches. The hollow seems to breathe as they step closer. The hollow appears darker than the surrounding forest, its trees unnaturally still. Even the wind avoids this place. The boys walk deeper into the hollow, flashlights casting long, flickering beams. Each step feels heavier, as if the air thickens around them. Their breath becomes visible as the temperature drops suddenly. The warmth of summer vanishes in an instant. The boys pause as a faint whisper drifts through the trees. At first it sounds like the wind, but then it forms words. Kyle's face, eyes wide as he asks, "Did you hear that?" His voice trembles, barely above a whisper. Shadows shift among the trees as the whispering grows louder. Something unseen moves between them. The flashlight beams reveal ghostly figures, barely visible between the trees, their hollow eyes watching. The air is thick with silence, but the whispering remains. Ethan's shaky hand grips Kyle's arm. "We need to go." Fear paralyzes them, but instinct tells them to run. Kyle transfixed, staring ahead. His eyes widen, locked onto something beyond the trees. A pale woman stands in the path, head tilted at an unnatural angle, whispering soundlessly. Her lips move, but no sound escapes. Her face distorts as she suddenly appears closer. One moment, she is distant. The next, she is inches away. Ethan turns and bolts. Branches whip against his arms, but he doesn't stop. The boys sprint through the forest, breath ragged, the whispering growing into hissing. Something follows, just beyond sight. The pale figures move faster, closing in. They glide unaffected by the terrain. Ethan stumbles but regains footing, terror in his eyes. If he falls again, he knows he won't get up. The boys burst out of the hollow and collapse on the grass, panting. The air is warm again, but the feeling of dread lingers. The whispering stops abruptly. The night is silent again. The silence is worse than the noise. Kyle's face pale and shaken. "We never talk about this, ever." His voice is hoarse, his hands trembling. Ethan, now older, drives past the hollow, his fingers tightening on the steering wheel. Even after all these years, the fear remains. A pale face watches from the trees. It hasn't forgotten him. Ethan's eyes widen in horror. He thought he had escaped. A faint whisper, calling my name. Some things never let go.